Om Shanti, 10th of September 2024, Morning Murli, Bapdada Madhuvan. Essence, sweet children, the mantra to control Maya is Manmana Bhav. All specialities are merged in this mantra. This mantra makes you pure. Question: what is the number one method of safety for souls and how? Answer: the pilgrimage of remembrance is the number one method of safety, because it is by having this remembrance that your character is reformed and you conquer Maya. By having remembrance, your in by having remembrance, your impure physical organs become quiet. It is by having remembrance to you receive power. There has to be the power of remembrance in the sword of knowledge. It is only by having remembrance that you become sweet and Sadopradhan and do not upset anyone. Therefore, do not become weak in the pilgrimage of remembrance. Ask yourself to what extent you stay in remembrance. Om Shanti. You sweetest spiritual children definitely have to be connected everyone. Which connection? Safety first. What is your safety? You keep very safe by having the pilgrimage of remembrance. This is the main thing for you children. The Father has explained, you will have happiness and very good manners to the extent that you children remain encouraged in the pilgrimage of remembrance because you have to become pure. Each of you also has to reform your character. Check yourself. It is my character such that is cause sorrow for others? Do I have any type of body consciousness? Check yourself in this very carefully. The Father sit here and teach you children. You children stay and then also teach others. The unlimited Father just teach you. All the rest are bodily beings. The whole world is included in this, only the one Father is bodiless. He says to you children that you too have to become bodiless. I have come to make you bodiless. Only after become pure will you go back there. He will not take back those who are dirty. That is why it is this mantra that he first gives to you. This is the mantra with which to control Maya. It is also the mantra with which you become pure. Many specialities are merged in this mantra. It is through this mantra that you will become pure. You have to change from human beings into deities. We definitely were deities. Therefore, the Father says, if you want to remain safe, if you want to become strong mantra, then make this effort. The Father continues to give you teaching, even though He continues to say that it is the drama. Everything is moving along absolutely accurately according to the drama, and he will continue to explain to you in the future too. You mustn't become weak in the pilgrimage of remembrance. Go because in bondage who live outside remember the Father even more than those who live with the Father do, because they are desperate, desperate to meet Shiv Baba. The stomach of those who have already met him become full. Those who stay in remembrance a great deal can climb a high status. It has been seen that the main ones who look after very big centers are weak in the pilgrimage of remembrance. There has to be very good power of remembrance, because there is no power of remembrance in the sphere of knowledge. The arrow doesn't strike anyone. They don't die completely. You children try to shoot arrows on knowledge at people and make them die alive and belong to the Father. However, if they don't die, they are must definitely be something wrong with the sphere of knowledge. Although Baba knows that the drama is moving along absolutely accurately, he still continues to explain to you for the future. Each one of you can ask your heart, to what extent do I stay in remembrance? It is only by having remembrance that you will receive power. This is why it is said that there has to be power in the sphere of knowledge. This knowledge can be explained very easily. The more you stay in remembrance, the sweeter you will continue to become. When you were Sadopradhan, you were very sweet. You now have to become Sadopradhan again. Your nature have to be very sweet. You must never get upset. Let the or let the atmosphere not be such that someone gets upset. Make effort for this because the service of establishing a godly college is very elevated. There are many world universities remembered in Bharat. In fact, there are not that. This is only the one world university. The Father comes and gives everyone liberation and liberation in life. The Father knows that all the human beings of the whole world are to die. You can invite the Father to come and finish the dirty world and establish the new world. You children also understand that the Father truly has come. There is so much pump of Maya now. There, show the play, The Fall of Pumpy. They build so many big buildings, etc. That too is pump. In the golden age, there wooden buildings with so many stones. They build such buildings here because there is very little land where people can live. When direction when direction takes place, all the tall buildings will fall. Previously, they didn't make such that buildings. When the plumb are released, buildings will fall like a park of cars. This doesn't mean that only those in the buildings will die and that others will still remain. Know what when know whether they are at sea, on land, in the sky, on the mountains, of flying. Everyone will be destroyed. This is an old world. All the 8.4 million creatures will end. They are in the new world. None of this will remain. There won't be so many human beings or mosquitoes or games and insect, etc. Here there are so many of them. You children are now becoming deities, and so everything there will be Sadopradhan. Here too, when you go to a wealthy person's home, you find great cleanliness. You are becoming the greatest deities of all. You cannot be called important people now. You become very elevated deities, but this is not something new. You also become this number wise 5,000 years ago. There won't be so much rubbish, etc. There, you children should be very happy that you are becoming very elevated deities. Only the one Father is teaching us and making us you very elevated. In studying, people always have a number-wise person, have a number-wise position. Some study less and others study more. You children are now making effort and opening by big centers so that eminent people can find out about this. Ancient Raj Yoga of Bharat has also been remembered. People adopt especially a very keen to study Raj Yoga. It is the people of Bharat who study the ancient Raj Yoga of Bharat. Ancient Raj Yoga of Bharat is very well known for it was through this that Bharat become heaven. Of those who come, very few understand fully. Heaven has passed and it will definitely exist again. Heaven, that is, paradise, is the greatest wonderful wonder of the world. Heaven is glorified so much. Heaven and hell, the temple of Shiva and the brother. You children now remember number-wise that you now have to go to Shivalaya. In order to go there, you have to remember Shiv Baba. He is the guide who will take everyone back. Devotees is called the night and this knowledge is called the day. This is unlimited matter. There is a lot of difference between something new and something old. Some children have the desire to teach such an elevated study in big buildings so that immense people will come. You have to sit and explain to such each one individually. In fact, there are places of solitude of study. The the ashrams of the Brahm guidance are always away, far away from the cities and the now becomes and they always live on the ground floor. They don't live on the higher floors of such tall buildings. Now, because they are Tamopradhan, they have punished their way into the cities. That power has now finished. At this time, everyone's battery is empty. How can the batteries now be charged? No one except the father can charge the batteries. It is only by charging you batteries that you children receive strength. For that the main thing is remembrance. It is in this that there are obstacles of Maya. Some tell the supreme of the truth, whereas others hide the thing. Each of you has to tell the Father about the weakness within you. You should tell the imperishable supreme the sins that you can completed in this birth. Otherwise, you otherwise your constantly will continue to bite you. After telling Baba about them, your constants with not bite. To keep them instead you is also harmful. Those who become truth children tell the Father everything. These are the sins I have completed in this birth. Day by day, the Father continues to impress that this is your final birth. Those who are Tamopradhan must surely be committing sin. The Father says, I enter the one who has become number one impure at the end of his many births because he is the one who then has to climb number one. A lot of effort has to be made. You have completed sins in this birth too. Some don't even realize what they are doing. They don't tell the truth. Some do tell the truth. The Father has explained, children, your physical organs will become quiet when you reach your karmatit stage. Just as when people become old, their physical organs automatically quieten down. Here, all the as when people become old, their physical organs down. Here, all the physical organ has have to be quietened at the young age. If you keep the power of yoga with you very well, all of those things will end. There, there are no deity, illness, or rubbish, or anything like that. People are very clean and diet there. There is there it is the kingdom of Rama, whereas here it is the kingdom of Ravan. So there are many types of bad illness, etc. Here in the golden age, none of them will exist. Don't even ask. The very name is so first class. Heaven, the new world. There is a lot of cleanliness there. The Father explains it is only at this most auspicious confluence age that you hear all of these things. Yesterday you didn't hear any of auspicious confluence age that you hear all of these things. Yesterday you didn't hear any of this. Yesterday you were the masters of the land of death, whereas today you are becoming the masters of the land of immortality. You have the faith that you were in the land of death yesterday and that by coming into the confluence age, you are now making effort to go to the land of immortality. You have now font of one who can teach you. Those who stay study will Those who study well can also earn a good income. It would be said that their greatness is in their studying. It is the same here too. You climb a very high status through this study. You are now in the light. No one else apart from you, children, knows this. You too repeatedly forget this. You go back to the old world. To forget means to go back to the old world. You confluence-aged Brahmins now know that you are not in the Iron Age. Always remember that you are becoming the masters of the new world. The Father is teaching us so that we can go to the new world. This pride is pure, whereas the others is impure. Fair. You children should never have impure thoughts. At the end, after effort to have been made, the result will be announced. The father explained, until that time, all are effort makers. When the examination takes place, souls pass number-wise and are then transformed. Yours is an unlimited study which only you know. You explain so much. New ones continue to come to claim the inheritance from the unlimited Father. Although they live far away, their intellects develop faith by listening to this. You should also come previously in front of such a Baba. You should definitely personally meet the Father who educate you children. It is only when souls understand this that they come here. Some haven't understood anything, but then, when they come here, they are able to understand. The Father says, if you have anything in your hearts and you are unable to understand, you may ask. The Father is the magnet. Those who have it in their fortune are able to grasp is this very well. If it is not in their fortune, then everything is over. They simply ignore everything they have had. Who sit here and teaching you God? His name is Shiva. It is Shiv Baba alone who gives us the sovereignty of heaven. Then which study would be better? You would say that Shiv Baba, from whom we receive the sovereignty for 21 births, is teaching us. By explaining in this way, you can then bring them to Baba. Some are unable to do that much service because they don't understand fully. They are totally correct in the chain of bondage. In the become In the beginning, you simply fried yourself from the chain and come here. Yes, like those who are totally intoxicated. It was also a part of the drama that there was that full fun had to be created in the drama. You date a live and then some went back to Maya. The war continues. Maya sees that you have shown great courage, and so she also kits you to test whatever you are strong or not. The children were looked after so well. Everything was taught to them. You children look at those albums, but you cannot understand anything simply by looking at photos. You would sit and explain about what used to happen. Look how you were in the Bharati and then who some come out of in the different ways. Similarly, when rubies are printed, some of them would be follow. This is also the godly mission. God sit here and establish one religion. No one knows this. They call out to the Father, but they are like crushed people who don't understand anything. They ask, how is this possible? Maya Ravan makes them totally like them. People worship Shiv Baba and then they say that he is omnipresent. If you speak of Shiv Baba, how can he is omnipresent? People worship a lingam and call it Shiva. They do not say that Shiva is sitting it in it. They say that God is in the bubble and stone. Doesn't that means that all are God? God cannot be unlimited in that way. So the Father explained to you children. He also explained in the some way in the previous cycle. Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. We the spiritual children says, Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. First, create such a sweet atmosphere that no one can become upset. Make effort to become as bodiless as the Father. Make your nature sweet and your physical organs quiet with the power of remembrance. Second, constantly maintain the intoxication of your now being confluence aged and not iron aged. The Father is teaching you in order to make you into the masters of the new world. Finish all impure thoughts. Blessing, may you constantly perform elevated act as a karma yogi by remaining seated on your immortal throne and the heart throne. At this time, each one of you children receives two thrones. One is your immortal throne, and the other is the heart throne. However, only the one whose kingdom it is can sit on his throne. Since each of you is seated on an immortal throne, you have a right to self sovereignty. Then, because you are seated on the Father's heart throne, you have a right to the Father's inheritance, in which all the fortune of the kingdom is included. A karma yogi means one who is seated on both thrones. Even every act of a soul seated on each throne is elevated because all of his physical organs and sense focus under law and order. Slogan: those who remain constantly set on the seat of self-respect and virtues and great. Om Shanti.